Enniskillen The Diamond has grown up with many different generations of its locals, so join me and our wonderful community as we pass on stories told and memories made in our beloved town centre.
My name is Joan McCartney. I was Joan Kinahan when I worked in Woolworths, which is on the High Street in Enniskillen, and I worked there from 1986. I enjoyed working in Woolworths, so it was kind of like a social thing almost. It was a hub for, for people to come into. Because when you came into Woolworths, you'd always see somebody you knew. Even to this day, people talk to me about Woolworths, and people recognise me from my mum, who worked there for years and years, and they always comment on how, when you came in, people would genuinely chat. I know it sounds very cliche, but it really was like a social gathering of a place. Everyone talks about, missing it. So many people comment on it. Like, for example, from the social side of it, my husband now, he'd spotted me in Woolworths, because you kind of would have been known. Like it's just a small town, and he came in and asked me out while I was working on the till there one Christmas. So that's that was a big deal for us at the time. The records I absolutely loved. I still kind of miss that. Because on a Thursday the charts would have been released, so then you would have the singles. Everyone bought singles in those days, and then those kind of things, and you do miss that because there isn't anywhere really to go to talk about music or to talk about those kind of things anymore. I harp on about them a lot, but I really like. You went into work, you've got to play whatever music you liked for the whole day long. But no, I enjoyed every aspect of it. I'm still friendly with people that would have worked there. It definitely was a good grounding as a young person. Everyone still talks about the pick and mix. There was an area, and they always had lovely, nice sweets, like those wee white mice and, sweets like that. Everyone talks about that. The toys were good in it. Even my children, I would have brought them in when they were young, even just to pass the time. You mightn't necessarily have bought anything. Ladybird clothes. Everyone still talks about the Ladybird clothing because it was good quality, but it was affordable. It's nice to have the memories, and it is a pity that there isn't anywhere in the town anymore that has the same sort of, vibes or ethos really, because across the road from it there was a shop called Wellworth's, and both of them are gone now. It was nicely laid out, it was nice and bright, and it was a welcoming place, to go into.
Enniskillen separates itself from these other small towns as Ireland's only island town. But what makes our Diamond different from the rest is that it's not just a hub for local businesses, but it's a hub for the community as well. A place where we can meet friends and family or someone new with shared interests such as music and comics from Island Discs.
My name's Poulton. I live in Enniskillen, and I first became aware of Island Discs when it opened back in the early 90s, and became friendly with the owner of it, and eventually was offered a role within the business, developing up the comics and the DVDs and soundtracks and the like. Well, we found there was a great overlap. Generally speaking, anybody into music, chances are they like comics as well to some degree.
So what were your fondest memories of the shops that used to be on the Diamond?
Oh, well, I used to be here quite a lot with my mother, so there would have been Wellworths and Woolworths and Island Discs here behind us. So the fondest memories would have been the Saturday shops, and then in Island Discs it would have been the old posters, of all the studs of the day, and then I suppose when the CDs came in, because prior to that we would have had like tapes, that's how old I am, and the old 45 discs. Yeah, those were great memories. There was always a lot of people about, and people were very friendly in both of the shops.
What you would find is that guys would arrive early in the morning, they'd literally stay all day, and you'd chat and you'd what have you read and what have you listened to. So it all cross-pollinated. Like I say, I think there's a lot of people in Enniskillen that miss island discs.
The businesses that are no longer here leave heartfelt memories and a long-lasting legacy that Enniskillen's community holds dear. The Diamond has shaped experiences of those who walk its tiles, so let's explore this legacy.
My name is Peter Beckett. I've worked in retail for almost 50 years. I work now with a group called ASDA in Cookstown. I think of Wellworths as an amazing company. I think it started in 1938 in a small store just down below Houston's is now, just down towards, I think it's Nationwide building. And I remember seeing a photograph of that. Customers flocked to the high streets more in those days, and it needed a company like Wellworths to provide all those needs.
Do you remember Wellworths and Woolworths being on the Diamond?
I do, surely. I remember Wellworth over on that side, and Woolworths were here.
Yeah.
And I remember going to see Santa in Wellworth. He sat away up at the top in a wee box, and I remember that a wee pick and mix. You used to go in and get a wee bag and pick wee dolly mixtures and all, and the girl weighed them for you. So I have happy memories of that shop there, Wellworth.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I think that the legacy of the businesses in the past, and you're going right back 30, 40, 50 years, had a great heart with customers. I mean, if you talk to elderly customers now, they loved the high street because of the offer. They loved the high street because they could have walked up a main street, they could have got car parking, and they could have seen a real choice across all shops, but very local shops, which are all different. And that was probably a secret of a high street in years gone by. And the choice was there if you went from the bottom of the high street to the top of the high street. Something the customers at that time certainly wanted. I still meet customers today, whether I'm in the town or wherever else, that used to be customers back in Wellworths days. And they always remember the times and everything else of how good Wellworths was.
What can you tell me about working in Wellworths?
I worked in Wellworths for some years. Loved my work, loved the staff, and had a great time. Remember all the shops now, most of them closed. There was a greengrocer down here, there was Hackett's, and there was the Melvin House, and different places, but all gone now. So it's sad for the town to see so many nice buildings gone and shops.
I think the legacy of having great town centres and great local shops is there. It's a real need, and I think we need to protect that. The legacy of Wellworths, what Wellworths have, can still be continued with local shops, and they'll provide a different offer of what you will see online or anything else. The local community has a part to play, without a doubt, and without the local community, then it won't survive.